The Guardian Angel program is extra funding that we receive from donors like you. As you can imagine, the regular care for the animals, food, water, vaccines, spay, neuter, is all part of our everyday budget, and that is something that we account for. The surprises come in when we need those extra things, the extra surgery, the extra lab work, and that's when we need your help. Here at the Placer SPCA, we really like supporting the human-animal bond from day one all the way through the last day. And the perfect example of that came with a cat named Mia. She ended up being a hospice adoption for us. She was badly matted, and when we were shaving her and cleaning her up, we found a very large infected mass along her mammary chain. We knew that this can be a very aggressive cancer in cats, so she received surgery. That mass went out to the lab and received a biopsy, and from that information we were able to get her life expectancy, which unfortunately was less than a year. When that happens here at the Placer SPCA, we do hospice adoptions, and it takes a special owner and a special home to want to take that on, to take on not only the love and the care, but also the heartache that brings. And Mia was lucky. She found a wonderful home that loved her for the last 3 months of her life.
I was on social media one day and there was a photo that really caught my eye of this gorgeous gray kitty in her pink sweater. And I suppose a week and a half or so went by and I realized I was still thinking about her. Just something about her and the description of her as being like this tough, old, sweet kitty just kind of grabbed my heart. When I adopted Mia, I went through her file and talked to the people at the facility, and I learned about the Guardian Angel program and all the things they had done for Mia. I was really impressed with like the actual amount of procedures and care and medicine and just all the information. And I was impressed that everybody there seemed to know her, and so clearly she was well loved and well cared for. You know, I would have loved to have had Mia longer, but the time I did have with her was really great. She had the best, most delicious cheeks. That's what everybody noticed, is her big, furry gray cheeks. And when you walked into a room and made eye contact with her, she would just purr instantly and roll over and wait for you to come over and rub her belly. The hospice adoption of Mia was just a really good experience. I'm probably gonna get a little emotional. She was just so impressive and so grateful, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. I didn't have her nearly as long as I had hoped, but her cancer just became really aggressive, and that was just her path. I actually like to adopt another hospice pet and do it in her honor. Really all you need is just extra love to give. I would highly recommend doing it. It was like really gratifying and it gave me a really good purpose.
Kimber was a Great Dane who arrived when her owner no longer cared for her. On first glance, Kimber was pretty sad. She only weighed about 45 pounds. She had some lab work, she had some parasite testing, all things that were covered by the Guardian Angel program. And then she went on to need an amputation of her tail. When Kimber left, she was actually up 10 pounds, and we keep in contact with her adopter, and she has actually doubled her body weight.
After I saw Kimber, of course I was very drawn to her. We just wanted to help. Dr. Early did docked her tail, and right after she docked her tail, we took her into our home. And so she had that. She was on lots of medications and had to have, we had to feed her like 4 times a day, spreading out her meals to very small meals. She would just bolt from the room if she heard anything, or if you moved too fast, if you leaned over her. The Guardian Angel program really helped Kimber out because she had a lot of things medically wrong with her that needed to be altered or fixed. And otherwise, if they didn't have those funds, they would not be able to do all those things for her. She's just a wonderful dog, and she is goofy, and she does the silliest things, and she loves her toys. She's just a very fun, good dog. Kimber was in really poor shape when she got to the shelter, and I don't know where she would be today had it not been for the help of Dr. Early and her team and everybody at the shelter.
Chili was another adoption that we had that was funded by the Guardian Angel program. She is just like her name, she's spicy. Chili came to us because her owners had found out that she had a chronic condition involving her hip. It was going to require surgery, which was very expensive. They had tried to take care of her the best they could, but the pain was just too much for Chili to manage, and so she ended up in our care. Chili started out with the routine lab work before any procedures were done, and then x-rays. We needed the x-rays to see how advanced her disease was. After we were able to determine that yes, she in fact needed surgery to live her best life, we reached out to one of the local veterinarians who was willing to provide that special surgery. So she had surgery on her hip, and during that time she had a wonderful recovery. The fosters worked with her with range of motion exercises. She came in for laser treatments and ended up using the water treadmill. So Chili really got to experience the full array of things that we're able to do because of the Guardian Angel program. It is amazing to just think about all of those things that were accessible to her that aren't accessible to even a lot of animals out in a private practice. And that's all thanks to you.
She was 2 days out of a big surgery, a big orthopedic surgery. And for about a week, she was really just recuperating, and still a three-legged dog. She didn't want to put any weight on the back leg. And I think it was about a week after I had her, the vet office started doing her laser treatments. And we were doing that twice a week for about 2 weeks. And again, little by little, she's starting to use the back leg more. And that's when I started pulling out that exercise equipment. And here we are 6 or 7 weeks after surgery, and she's doing really well. So I know Chili is part of the Guardian Angel program, and I think she's benefited immensely. She had a big surgery, and she's had all this physical therapy. And as a previous dog owner, I've had a dog who's had orthopedic issues, and I know how expensive it is. It's very expensive. And Chili definitely needed to use that back leg. She's very young. She has a whole life ahead of her, and couldn't have done it without the Guardian Angel program. I think Chili's gonna do great in her forever home. She definitely got the medical care she needed. She wasn't using her leg, and now she is, and I'm sure she will continue to do it. But she's a very sweet dog. She loves to be around people, and I think she's gonna do great.
I'm Leilani Freitas, CEO at the Placer SPCA. Tens of thousands of homeless and abandoned animals have come through our doors over the last 50 years. Among them are the most vulnerable. They have experienced the trauma of losing their homes, their families, and all that is familiar to them. Some arrive sick or injured, some near death. They rely on us for the care they need to be free from pain and suffering. Their medical care is funded through the Guardian Angel program, and the Guardian Angel program is funded solely by donations. Your gift tonight will be used to give hundreds of animals a second chance to live their best lives. Your gift tonight will likely, literally, save any number of lives. Will you please consider making your most generous gift this evening? Because our animals need guardian angels. Our animals need you.